The Father affirms that his identity and actions define him. I am not withholding any information from you. You need not surmount my unwillingness to fulfill your requirement. When I observe your approach, I do not avert my gaze. I will maintain the current topic of discussion upon your entrance into the room. I will not have one viewpoint on you in private and subsequently engage in critical discourse about you behind your back. I am the companion who remains more intimately connected than a sibling. Individuals have engaged in all of the aforementioned actions towards you and display a lack of acknowledgement for their wrongdoing. You have experienced physical and emotional pain, been turned away, criticized, and treated with contempt. My companionship will eliminate all of that. Grant me the experience of rejection and the sensation of agony. Consider this as an opportunity to rely on me more completely and avoid relying on other individuals. Individuals may disappoint you. That is inherent to their essence, and it is inherent to your essence as well. May he be cursed who places his reliance on mankind and relies on the strength of human flesh. Those who place their trust in me will remain steadfast forever. Rekindle your trust in me, as the Father advises, and divert your attention from the acts of disloyalty and letdowns you have encountered. Once I have finished bestowing my blessings upon you, the shortcomings of individuals in your vicinity will become a faint recollection that merely evokes your affection for them, regardless of their flaws. According to Jesus Christ, I do not feel fearful or threatened by darkness. I emit light in the absence of illumination. I overpower darkness with the radiance of my light. When confronted with the darkness within your thoughts and emotions, the Father reacts to it in the same manner that I would. When confronted with any difficulty or encountering evil, my immediate and unwavering response is to assert my authority and dominion. I am fully equipped to prove my true identity in any situation you may encounter in life. The Father states that you have encountered repulsive and obscene things. Reply to it with a stance of authority. By adopting this approach, you are observing it from the standpoint of being united with Christ. One cannot experience intimidation when in a state of being united with Christ. Seek solace in me, declare the Father, and embrace the viewpoint of being united with Christ. You have received a menacing or intimidating message or warning. They have explicitly outlined the actions they want to take against you. They failed to consider that when they confronted you, I was attentively listening. Do not be afraid, assures the Father. I have not bestowed upon you a spirit characterized by fear. When confronted with dread, politely decline by saying, "Thank you, but I am not interested." Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. Do not tolerate or submit to bullying. If they do not repent, they will directly suffer the consequences they attempted to depict in your mind. The Father declares that He is God and cannot be ridiculed. Cease your search for the exit. I am near your current location. I will provide guidance, ensure your safety, and defend you in all matters. According to God, you are entitled to obtain everything. Any alternative mindset is lacking in knowledge and has a negative impact. I am not withholding any information from you. I do not possess any reluctance to act on your behalf, hence there is no need for you to persuade me to take action. The crucifixion of my Son represents my intention for your life, which is to bestow blessings upon you and ensure your well-being. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. Initially, I informed Adam and Eve that I had bestowed upon them all things. I bestowed my blessings upon Abraham in every aspect of his life. I provided the children of Israel with an ample supply of everything. Through the Apostle Peter, I conveyed that I have provided you with all that is relevant to living a virtuous and godly life. Which aspect of the phrase, all things, is not comprehensible? Today, I urge you to adopt a mindset that encompasses all aspects of life, as I am a deity that encompasses all aspects of existence. I understand that this may contradict what you have been taught, and it is up to you to determine whether you trust the undeniable evidence presented in my word. The Father asserts that you can obtain everything. The query at hand is, what course of action do you intend to pursue with the multitude of items that I am bestowing upon you? Jesus Christ proclaims today that everything is aligning in your favor. Do you remember that I mentioned in my statement that I am consolidating all things in Christ? Where may Christ be located? Is he not present within you? If Christ dwells within you and I am uniting all things in Christ, it logically follows that everything is converging towards you. The Father asserts that he does not value loss, adversity, or decline. I have bestowed upon you vitality, robustness, and well-being. The sacrificial blood shed on the cross creates a significant separation between your existence and the actions of the malevolent entity. He is the one who takes, steals, and appropriates all the positive things that I would give to your life. I have erected a barrier around you that greatly irritates him when he attempts to infiltrate your personal affairs. I protect you daily from his persistent and harmful actions that threaten your well-being and protection. The Father asserts that there are countless extraordinary interventions that you will never be aware of or comprehend. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. Do not worry. I deliberately presented the issues that you are currently observing and conscious of to add an element of intrigue. I take great pleasure in witnessing your triumph over the forces of evil. Remain composed and undisturbed when observing the enemy's actions and schemes. Consider the multitude of things that I suppressed against you without seeking permission, which you are unaware of. The Father declares that he will subject the enemy to rigorous exercise, utilizing the authority bestowed upon you. You possess the status of a prince and have authority over a principality on the planet. Today, I implore you to assume your proper position. I purchased that seat using the life force of my offspring. Do not despise or retreat, as the Father commands. You have the right and privilege to govern and have authority over me. According to God, you will be aware of the imminent rainfall when you perceive the sound that I produce. It has been argued by some that there was thunder. Certain individuals may become diverted by the celestial commotion that accompanies all of my actions. However, if you direct your attention towards my innermost being, you will perceive the resonance of my essence. You can listen to my audio in the media. You can perceive the resonance of my auditory presence within the casual discourse of individuals in your vicinity, whether it be in a professional setting or a dining establishment. According to my voice, the Father will consistently come before my reign. Some individuals are advocating for drought and the withholding of my blessings on the planet. They consider that to be my verdict on the irreligious. Did the cross teach them everything? Had I taken pleasure in the annihilation of the morally corrupt, I would not have decided to sacrifice my Son. The image of my Son suffering on the cross is my direct reaction to the most wicked wrongdoer. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in my love today, declares the Father. When you feel insulted and filled with anger towards the conduct of others, pay attention to the subtle sound of my voice. Is it audible in a repetitive manner? Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. By forgiving, releasing, and blessing even those who do not fulfill my intentions in your life, I will reciprocate by forgiving, releasing, and blessing you in unforeseen ways that you have fervently requested from me. The Father asserts that He is aware of your knowledge of this. That is the reason why you perceive the sound produced by me. I anticipate that it will rain earlier than expected due to the obedience I believe you will demonstrate today. God declares that when you hear the sound, you will know that my rain is imminent. It has been argued by some that there was thunder. Some individuals may find themselves diverted by the celestial commotion that surrounds all of my actions. However, by directing your attention towards my heart, you will perceive my audible vibrations. You can perceive my auditory output through several forms of mass communication. My sound can be perceived in the ambient chatter of your colleagues at work or in the background conversations at a restaurant. According to my voice, the Father will consistently come before my reign. Some individuals are advocating for drought and the rejection of my blessings on the land. They consider that to be my verdict on the irreligious. Did the cross teach them everything? Had I taken pleasure in the annihilation of the morally corrupt, I would not have decided to sacrifice my Son. The depiction of my Son suffering on the cross is my direct reaction to the most wicked wrongdoer. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in my love today, declares the Father. When you feel insulted and filled with anger towards the conduct of others, pay attention to the subtle sound of my voice. Is the sound audible in a repetitive manner? Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. Pardon. Liberate. Consecrate. By extending forgiveness, letting go, and offering blessings to even those who do not align with my intentions for your life, I will reciprocate by granting you forgiveness, liberation, and abundant blessings in ways that you have fervently prayed for. The Father asserts that He is aware of your knowledge of this information. That is the reason why you perceive the sound I produce. I anticipate that rain will arrive earlier than expected due to the obedience I believe you will demonstrate today. God declares that He will assertively intervene in your life. I will dismantle the altars of the idols that have required your devotion and expel the adversary that has intruded upon your domain. I thus inform you that there is no need for you to persistently inquire about that matter any further. You have made requests, and you have implored and beseeched, and you have pleaded and persuaded. Prepare to witness the celestial reaction to your heartfelt plea. The Father affirms that He has heard your cry. I have acknowledged your plea, and I intend to manifest my magnificence in your life to such an extent that the obscurity and perplexity will be eradicated by the brilliance of my arrival. The Father declares His imminent arrival. I am entering the earth, namely your current circumstances. I inform you that I am arriving to demonstrate my strength, display my magnificence, and reveal my essence. The divine embodiment of my magnificence is intervening in your circumstances and declaring sufficient. The Father proclaims, "No more," in my declaration. Are you able to perceive it? Are you able to perceive the presence of my hand as it comes down upon your life? Prepare yourself, proclaims the Father. Prepare yourself for the overwhelming happiness that will replace sorrow, bringing a renewed sense of optimism that beyond your previous expectations. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God declares that He is liberating you from unspoken disappointments. You have encountered disappointments and crushed aspirations, and I have gathered every unshed tear. I endured being hated, rejected, and seen as accursed by heaven, but I silently carried this burden out of love for you. The Father claims to have endured the wounds so that you can navigate life with an untarnished heart. Today, the Father imparts the healing word to you. I am no longer suppressing the pain and frustration caused by unfulfilled expectations. Finally free from the inward bleakness of depression and sadness. The Father declares that He is the Divine One who bestows upon you happiness, freedom, and tranquility. Experience the delight I offer you now. Rejoice in the tranquility I provide and kindly spread it to others. If you grant me the opportunity to lead you throughout this period, I assure you of reaching heaven, with the guarantee that you will not experience this particular situation again. Abandon the expectation for others to constantly accept and approve of you. Let me fill every part of your heart with the love that I have for you. Take pleasure in the achievements of others, especially those who perceive themselves as your adversaries. Generously offer assistance even to someone who may intend to cause you harm if given the opportunity. I serve as your guardian and provider. What actions can a person take against you? Which celestial being or malevolent entity or ordinary human can remove you from the depths of my affectionate embrace? The Father advises them to calm down and inhale deeply. Inhale the tranquility I offer and exhale the happiness I provide, while acknowledging the forgiveness and purification I am offering you today. Acquire knowledge and cheerfully disseminate it to others, including those who have failed to love you with the same affection as I have. God emphasizes today that it is important for you to understand the essence of what I have accomplished for you, rather than merely focusing on the superficial aspects. I did not sacrifice myself on the cross solely for you to know about me. My intention is for you to personally experience and recognize the goodness that I possess. I desire for you to possess a greater understanding and awareness than any individual from the Old Testament regarding the complete extent of my active involvement in your life. The accomplishments and escapades depicted in the Old Testament are far less impressive when compared to the extraordinary events and experiences that I have already scripted into your existence and ultimate fate. When considering the achievements of those who subdued violence and defeated giants, and who upheld justice under the Old Covenant, it is important to recognize that their accomplishments pale in comparison to what I am ready and willing to accomplish under the New Covenant. If the saints of the Old Covenant were able to achieve such feats through the symbolic act of sprinkling the blood of animals, imagine the even greater potential you have to accomplish under the symbolic act of sprinkling the precious blood of the Son. Today, God affirms that you are among those whom the Father has bestowed onto me. You belong to me before the establishment of the universe. You are not a progeny of damnation. You will remain aligned with my intentions, and no human or supernatural entity will be able to forcibly remove you from my control. The Father assures you that He is your protector and guardian when you rest in Him and place your confidence in Him. The enemy's attacks will occur intermittently, but I shall persist as the unwavering and sole constant in your existence. The Father assures you to have no fear. Do not be afraid of the destructive actions of the realm of darkness that appear to consume others. It will not approach you. My name is a formidable fortress where you can seek refuge and find safety. My gates are invincible and my walls of protection are impenetrable. You will be protected by me until the storm has completely passed. According to God, when you devoted your heart to me, I cleansed the place where I show mercy within your heart. The Father affirms that the blood of the cross was not only applied for your benefit but also within you. The previous agreement was characterized by division, whereas the new agreement brings about reconciliation and unites you with my Spirit. Today, I will help you overcome the feeling of detachment you experience from me. Engage in a profound connection and perceive my true nature as an eternal and self-existent being. The blood of animal sacrifices sustains the illusion, but the blood of the Son provides actuality. I urge you to imbibe abundantly from my essence and comprehend the entirety of the benefits bestowed upon you by the cross. The Father affirms that He is not refraining from revealing Himself or anything else to you. Through the death of my Son, I have permanently granted you access to the heavenly stores. The Father declares that it is now a period of yoke easy, burden light. Will you place your trust in the information provided by the situation or in the commitments I have made? Approach me more closely. The curtain of separation has been eliminated. Bow down before the mercy seat that I have positioned within you. Experience purification and permit me to draw you closer to me in a more profound connection. The Father declares that He will cleanse you. I will purify, pardon, and bestow the entirety of my being upon you. God emphasizes the need to comprehend the strength of humility today. Genuine humility is unrelated to self-criticism or abasement. I undertook the journey to the cross, enduring the burden of humanity's shame, mockery, and ridicule, to relieve you from it and grant you liberation into a state of God consciousness. Genuine humility entails acknowledging the statements I have made regarding your character. Genuine humility is adopting my mindset and approaching each day with a deep awareness of God's presence, which I have bestowed upon you. Humility is the singular spiritual weapon that cannot be imitated or replicated. Humility is an immensely powerful approach that may effectively overcome any adversary and eliminate any barriers. The Father instructs you to humble yourself and engage in worship today. Raise your hands without anger or uncertainty and understand that I have bestowed upon you my intellect to triumph over all the attacks of the adversary. Rest in me and witness the enemy being vanquished on your behalf. Focus your attention on God today and direct your thoughts towards the actions of the kingdom, rather than the threats posed by the enemy. Satan exhibits the characteristics of a petulant and unruly juvenile. He craves attention. He is aware that one's location is determined by the focus of their attention. He exhibits an impressive showmanship with his menacing declarations. This is one of his most efficient mechanisms. Today, deliberately choose to focus your thoughts and emotions on me. Regardless of the circumstances or the opinions of others. Peter was able to walk on water as long as he maintained his focus on me, surpassing the forces of wind and waves. Have you resolved the matter yet? If you find yourself sinking, it means that you have lost your focus. Redirect your attention and focus towards my identity and the actions I am performing. Today, God affirms that He magnifies Himself by approving the heartfelt pleas. I have imbued each of my promises with an inherent affirmation. Your unwavering commitment to me and your love for others activate my complete agreement and approval. Be prepared for me to agree, even with your most acrimonious adversary. If you acknowledge that I love them with the same affection as I love you, I will remove my blessings from them. Adopt the attitude of forgive, bless, release toward such individuals. By doing so, you will free yourself from their anguish and invite my grace to intervene in the conflict, providing you with support and protection. The Father asserts that love is not merely defined by one's actions. Love defines my essence. Embrace love as your true nature and find solace. You will experience restful sleep even in turbulent times, as you are aware that failure is not a possibility when love is present online. God declares that He is the unwavering presence in your life today. Phenomena transform, individuals transform, and my desire for the trajectory of your existence adjusts appropriately. Irrespective of any circumstances, I consistently adapt my sphere of benevolence to encompass and safeguard you. The Father cautions against expecting to possess all the answers. I will provide you with information only when it is necessary, as I prefer you to make decisions based on intuition rather than rational thinking. The Father asserts that there is no necessity to understand elaborate methods or profound wisdom. Your purpose is not to serve as a vessel for any other enigma besides the enigma of my identity within you. Upon introspection, one will see my presence gazing back with a profound examination fueled by my affection and fervor. The Father declares that He never diverts His complete focus from you at any moment. Direct your emotions towards me today, rather than towards any other temporary connection or deceptive sense of security. The composition of your life is transforming. The props are being dismantled and the stage is being rearranged. Do not be afraid, as I am still guiding and orchestrating the course of your life. The outcome of each situation will always result in triumph and favor, as long as you maintain your faith in me. God instructs you to establish a strong and solid foundation in His love. My love is not merely an action I perform, it is an integral part of my identity. When you surrender to the dominance of my love in your heart, you will encounter the stabilizing influence of my character. A forthcoming tremor will test the courage of individuals, including your own, as stated by the Father. Your love serves as a sanctuary for me. My affection is encompassing, providing a safeguard and shelter for you. When faced with pressure, the tendency to assign blame arises. Some individuals may accuse you and insist that you make choices that satisfy their interests and make them feel more comfortable. Indeed, there is a significant amount of pressure exerted on the earth, ranging from the political landscape to the immediate vicinity of your front door. The Father commands you to remain steadfast and unswayed. Take refuge in the boundless love that is alone within my heart. Seek solace in me till the storm has subsided. Struggles always have a certain conclusion. Conflict and discord will dissipate as they do not originate from my inherent power. Simply maintain a state of serene and unwavering confidence that I own complete command over the situation. There is no necessity to justify or engage in a verbal conflict. I am your guardian and will shield and safeguard you throughout this day, declares the Father. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and subscribe to the channel and check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching the video.